He'd like us to stay out of the understuff.
Why are you worthy of Mithoro's blessings?
I have faith that his order is supreme, that his gifts are eternal.
It's not hard to find the embassy. Just listen. We're friendly enough in Felltown.
Do you surrender to the authorities' order and claim his mission?
There is but one true pattern, one design. It is the authorities. Everything is his.
What do you believe?
Mithoro is the branch and the root, the moon and tides. His order is supreme.
Issa is very tense these days.
Why are you worthy of Mithoro's blessings?
I have faith that his order is supreme.
The peace edict applies to all mortals.
Issa is very tense these days. What with the Crystal War and magic, they seem to revel in their ignorance.
Please do not engage me. I must not be distracted in my role.
What is it, friend? You've been watching me long enough. What is it? Did I wrong you in another life, brother? If you're willing to spare the gold, I can teach you what I know. In this battered old skull is a lifetime of knowledge, and quite a few stories as well. I have no interest in this war between mortals and the deathless. It is a waste of life, and I have my own private battles to finish. It's as good a place as any, I guess. But after a while, people begin to remember you, and for someone like me, that's a problem. I prefer anonymity. Besides, could there be a better place to hide from this offensive war? The only weapons you find in a garden are the blades of grass. I don't care to stay in one place for too long. Felltown sounded like a good opportunity, and an even better hiding place. I can't say the peace edict has hurt business, but it's not exactly easy to train students in blacksmithing without weapons around. What you've no doubt heard is correct. I am the Holt Friend. I forged Bolgan's Bane of the Kaled Coast, and many other legendary pieces. My youth was spent as a mercenary, but I have since renounced those ways. Unfortunately, my enemies have long memories, and they aren't as forgiving as I am. Let the Fae try to stop me from carrying arms in the city. Weapons are my trade, my only expertise. It would be like asking a hen to stop laying eggs. It is an ancient Alfar kingdom far across the sea in the dense swamps of Klurkon. I once helped its great lords overcome a terrible Bolgan problem. Goodbye.
Need anything? If you're looking to buy armor, I'm the only one in Felltown who's authorized to sell it. I'm Gwenna Hand, but my customers call me Gwen. I don't have many weapons to offer, on account of the peace edict, but there's still a selection to pick through. Have at it. The Fae didn't have laws, at least not official ones, until we arrived. Now they insist that those of us who live in Issa must keep its peace. No weapons. You must be one of the special exemptions. Let me guess. Ambassador? Scholia Arcana? Could be anything. My twin brother and I were entering the army to fight for the Alpha when I panicked. I couldn't. I'm not a fighter. I came to Issa instead. I'm not proud of running, but I'm much more useful here as an unofficial ambassador of sorts. Not everyone's a fighter. Being here isn't good for business, that's for sure. I see the same damn 20 faces every day. But it's an honor for Britt and I to be here. Make no mistake about that. Being here isn't good for business, that's for sure. I see the same damn 20 faces every day. But it's an honor for Britt and I to be. This is where the Fae keep us so we don't blemish their pretty city. Can't say I blame them. We're an unruly and ugly lot, mortals. The Tuatha were intensifying their attacks against Mel Sinshir, the Bastion in the east. Of course, that's just rumors. I pray they're not true. He's a dear friend from years ago. He spent time as my apprentice, but recently set out on his own. He sells authentic ritual Fae blades outside in the square. Nice talking.
May the hunt go. Memory Walk is an unnatural place. Cursed by the Fae's false gods.
Hey there. The Fae'd like us to stay out of the understyle. Get over here. We don't abide by strangers in Issa. In this city, everyone is family. If you want to get around the Peace Edict, you'll have to keep your voice down. Not much to tell. Heard the war horn of the recruiters and packed my bags. Slipped out in the dead of the night, I did. And I'm proud of it. What good is fighting when the Tuatha don't die? Besides, I'm a businessman. I got my hand on a pass into Issa, and the rest has been waterfalls and walks by the river. Well, technically, we're not supposed to carry or sell weapons in Issa. But I found a few loopholes. As have you. If you're on the market for something deadly, I'm your man. Just don't go blabbing about it to the Fae. They've got buds for brains. You know, that neighborhood in the gnome city of Odessa where the poor live. Oh, it's a lot of fun. It's better than the cellar crawl space I called home just 2 months ago, believe me. The Fae may be grumpy, but they've got nothing on giant rats. It's not exactly the keys of Rathir, or even the hospitalis quarters of Odessa. But Felltown has its charm. If you find out what it is, be sure to come and find me. The Dockside District in Rathir is a lovely place. If you're looking to have your throat cut or contract a nasty disease. Remember it.
Farewell.
They'd like us to stay out of the understyle.
You should come by town later tonight. That's when we chill.
I hope you're here about the job. Demand is higher than ever. I'm just too busy to deal with anything else. She's the general merchant in the United Merchants delegation down the road. We've been friends for years now, I believe. A good, honest one, that Gwenna. Not just anyone can enter the secret city of the Fae. Oh no. You need an ambassador's endorsement and written authorization, and that's just to be in the lottery. Those in the United Merchants are the lucky ones. Of course, once you see how much gold they actually make in Issa, you will no longer envy them. It's safe, that's for sure, at least for the time being. I don't quite understand the Fae, but they definitely know how to keep a city quiet. You think I like being confined to this cage? Think again, and after all we've done for them in this war, ungrateful creatures. I can sum up the war in one word. Folly. It is folly. You will see. Everyone will see. What do I know of Fae politics? I didn't even know they had a city until Gwen and I were allowed in. All I know is that there's opportunity here, thanks to the war. Sure. You want to know about me? It's understandable. You want to know who you're going into business with. A wise move. Very wise. My mother was a merchant in Rathir, and I learned the trade at her side. I took the apprenticeship with Gwenna Hand mostly to get me into Issa. Now I'm on my own. Sure. My mother was a merchant in Rathir, and I learned the trade at her side. Making a fortune is what? These visitors come with obscene amounts of gold or treasure. I created a blade. Fey blade, of course, that makes them authentic, something all of them had to have. That's all they care about anyway. Fey souvenirs. I called it the Honor brand. Truth be told, it's dull as a stick, but it's easy to make. Listen, if you can find the parts and make them, I'll pay good money. Fabulous! You know a good deal when you see it. Once you start forging the Honor brands, bring them to me and I'll provide you with just... There should be plenty of parts around the city for creatures with no interest in possession. Goodbye.
Watch your back.
Mark my words.
Our days are hard. Hello, child.
Welcome to the embassy. You will see that every race has a representative in the city. Even yours.
Hello, I am Ambassador Calder of the Almain. We may be new to the region, but we are just as involved in matters of the Fae and the war.
Hang on, I'll be right back.
It is simply an honor to be here. We Almain are doing our part for the war effort, but there are plenty of other relationships to forge far from the battlefields. Like most of my kin, I have humble roots. My parents were both trappers on the Snaketail River, feeding much of Whitestone Village back before it fell on hard times. Despite my position as lead ambassador to the Summer Court, I am an outsider. There is bad blood between some of the races. As a result, I try to steer my own course. I do not wish to speak ill of other diplomats, but Ambassadors Keen and Brenner of the Alphard and Varani are plotting against each other, as if we need more deception. The Almain are new to diplomacy, but there are still several powerful titles available for purchase. Like Almir the Bold, whomever carries this title must lead others along the righteous path. I proclaim you the Warden of Light. See you later, friend.
Hello. I met with the Court of Summer just recently.
What do you want? Aren't you bold? This is the Varani wing of the embassy, and few venture here without being summoned. I'm Ambassador Advar, he who bloodies the waters. The High King knows why we are here, yet he does nothing. Our people die at the hands of the Tuatha, Fae, but the Fae themselves show no remorse. Titarian and their Summer Court will know our anger, and they will aid us or perish. Probably a good idea. You don't want to attract too much attention to yourself. For the most part, they're the political equivalent of trinkets. Playthings that are bought and sold for status. Fae heralds will announce your presence, but that is all. The Varani allow the purchase of several titles for use in the gardens of Issa. No skin from my nose. Your business is your own, as is mine. I have served my people for 40 years. In war and in peace. Now I serve here, in the gardens. It is here where the important battles are fought. The Battle of Wills. I enjoy being this close to those I'm competing against. That's what this is, isn't it? A conflict in which we struggle to gain the ear of the Fae. As always, the Varani will triumph. I have lived in less hospitable places. The Fae may not understand what it means to be mortal, but they certainly have an eye for beauty. Leave me to my business.
I am Ambassador Brenner. If you wish to deal with the Varani, I am your contact. This is not a life I chose, here in this fetid swamp of a city. I was raised on the sea, an adventurer and warrior. I survived, and that made me what you see before you. I do not enjoy this position, talking instead of fighting, speaking of the enemy instead of facing them, but I have a job to do, and I will do it. They don't deserve the breath I waste on them. There are powerful warriors in their ranks, but as a group they share no collective spine. They have no reason to fight.
What do you want?
I apologize, but one of my station has many obligations to attend to. Please, excuse me.
Welcome to the embassy, young one. I am Scholar Icob of the Domus Politica. What brings you to my chamber? Of course. It's one simple service I can provide. Perhaps with time and effort, you will one day reside with us here in the embassy. Perhaps the most imposing of all our titles, this one. But you are clearly the right one to own it. I proclaim you Morsus Cani Imperius. I have no love for the other races here, if that's what you're asking. The Varani are coarse and brutal, while the Alpha are scheming and treacherous. The Ormain, well, they don't leave much of an impression, if I must be honest. I'll forgive them for their blandness. After all, they are so young. There's much to be gained from an alliance with the Summer Court, although I can't say I enjoy working with Fae directly. They're too set in their ways, too rigid. They've already grown and changed. The Tuatha themselves are a new breed of creature. Fascinating amalgam that should be explored. We have a unique interest in the Fae, but I cannot explain further. I will say this. Their supposed immortality poses a problem to all mortals. The scholars in Odessa have a keen interest in gaining High King Titarian's trust and cooperation. There's so much to learn from him. A flighty creature. During my audience with the king, he forgot my name not once, but twice. It was insulting. But did he notice? Never. I've had a long career as an ambassador with the Domus Politica, and as a clerk in the Grand Bursas. But the real work will be done out here, in the wider world. We find them endlessly fascinating, in their ambition, in their magic, and in their disregard for the natural order. We could learn much from such creatures. Goodbye. We of the Domus Politica will do all... We find them endlessly fascinating in their... Goodbye.
Let me guess. You're here to buy a title. No? A bribe, is that what you want? Listen to me. I'm no one's plaything. I apologize. Forgive me. Sometimes the work in this place is too much. I thought Issa would be different, but it's just another nest of snakes. I don't believe the Fae see the Losselfar and Dokulfar as separate groups. They tend to view the world in strict generalities, along bloodlines and origins. Sometimes working alongside the Dokulfar is difficult, but we have an arrangement. They adhere to their goals and methods, and we adhere to ours. You think I want to be here, stuck in this giant vegetable? Never. My mother volunteered me for this position, and I had no choice. I have a young soldier back home who waits for me, but can I be with him before he sails? No, I have to administer to the Fae. The war is the only reason I'm not still resisting my appointment. Something must be done. You know it as well as I do. The Fae must help. Who knows our enemy better? Do yourself this one favor and leave this place as quickly as you came. It's a den of deceit and malice. You don't want friends like these. See you later.
Our days are hard petitioning the court, pleading with the High King. Whoever said an ambassador's life was easy?
Then we must do what needs to be done.
Perhaps we must finally swallow our dignity and draw our swords. Quiet. We must not discuss this further in the open.
Yes? If you have any questions, speak with Gryamar near the city entrance. He's very helpful.
You must be the special messenger Tatarian's expecting. Trust me, the rest of us have heard plenty about it. Erwin can't keep his big mouth shut. I am Methani Keen, Dokalfar ambassador to the Summer Court Fae. I'm sorry. This is a difficult position sometimes. This is where the Fae hide us to keep us out of sight. I used to take offense, but I got over it. I wouldn't want to live near them. Strange things, the Fae. They are a council of Fae nobles that advise the High King in matters of politics. Not that they even understand what that means. To them, politics is just a game. Well, more of a game than usual. You understand my meaning. Issa is fine, and the Fae are tolerable, but many believe they should do more to support the war effort. It's unjust to live in peace while the rest of the world burns. I've met with him several times. I'll admit, he radiates a certain presence, but I'm less interested in charisma than I am in leadership. Not everyone is welcome up there. It's where the court of summer nobles spend their time reminding themselves of past glories. I'd avoid it. Something is about to happen, and it must be stopped. But that is all I can say. This is neither the time nor the place. I will wait for you there. She is no politician. She is a warlord, and a cruel one. I've heard stories that would make your heart brittle. She was sent here for one reason alone. To bring down Issa. This is not the place. I will meet you in the time and goodbye.
I met with the Court of Summer just recently. Tatarian was quite gracious.
Welcome to the embassy.
Mark my words. Mark my words.
Presenting the beast that cannot be caged, His Excellence Morsus Canis Imperius.
Welcome to the Gardens of Issa, the last beautiful...
So you're the mortal who rose to power in the House of Ballads. You're not at all how I imagined you. My place is prowling the Feylands in search of a worthy challenge. Not here, petitioning fools about issues that do not concern me. We adore him in every guise. Yet he has a wistfulness that I do not understand. There is no fire in him, only a peaceful pool that goes deeper than any of us realize. You fell persons are ignorant, aren't you? The Great Cycle is what gives balance between the eternal conflict of growth and decay. When every Fae passes, he is reborn. As long as the Great Cycle persists, this world we share may continue to refine itself on a path to perfection.
You look like one who enjoys a game of hexes. We mortals need something of our own here in Issa. Why can't it be gambling? If you don't know how, I can teach you. What do you want to know about me for? Is this some kind of Fae interrogation? Keep your curiosity to yourself. Folks here have gold. That's enough for me. I don't care where I find myself, just so long as the people there... Not much to do here in the Fae City, but lighten your pockets. You had a look about you. Listen, all you need recall is these 6 cards here in my hand. Ace, deuce, 3, 4, 5, and the hex. First, you start with an ante. What'll it be? In my hand, there's an ace, deuce, 3, 4, 5, and a hex. If you're right on a hex or an ace, you take the pot and... Hand number 2. I'll pull another card, guess if it's higher or... Bold! I like it! Now, will the card I draw be even or odd? Yes? Even? Ah, but I drew a 3. I knew I had you hooked. What's your ante? Bold, I like it. Now, will the card... And? It's a 4. You got it. Now, what's your bet? Now, that's some real coin on the table. Now, make your guess. Second card, lower, you say? Well, it's a 3. That finished already.
It's not hard to find the embassy.
Have you ever been up to the trellis? I hear it's quite beautiful.
Do you think the Court of Summer even exists?
If you're looking to drown your worries at the bottom of a bottle, this is the place for you. I'm Goethe and Asker, and this is my establishment. But if you're looking for the Victor's Brew, we don't sell that in Asker's Alley, and you'll have to take your business elsewhere. The ambassadors requested that facilities be created where flesh and blood folks could put their feet up. Not that the Fae know what that means. So the Almain approached my family about starting a tavern. The alley does well, but I'm no businessman. I know better than to criticize the Fae. They call us children of dust. We treat them like people, but they're like no people I've ever met. This city has been here for thousands of years. Longer than that, even. It will be here long after we're gone. I wouldn't say I ran from the war. I just don't need to know every little thing that's going on. There are other ways to help. Getting folks drunk is one of them. Oh, yes, sorry. The United Merchants Delegation. It's a coalition of traders that have been granted permission to sell their wares in Issa. There's a brewery near Rathir that makes it. Very small, very secretive. But they've found their niche, that's for certain. Cheap and powerful. It's not a drink for the man who appreciates craftsmanship, tradition. It just helps the soldiers forget all they've been through. It's the most popular drink in Amalur, at least it is now. My Asker's Ale used to be the preferred beverage, but every day brings more cancelled orders. My brother and I are working on a new drink, but it requires something special. Wait a minute. Maybe you could help. If you do, I could see to it that the merchants in Issa treat you well. So here's what we're thinking. Bring back our grandmother's favorite Asker's Draft, a classic. The recipe calls for bristletongue seeds, and if you're talking rare ingredients, bristletongue tops the list. It's worthless for potions, but tastes fabulous. The problem is that the Fae control the use of bristletongue, as it's a product of the Font's waters. Talk to Jackson, their apothecary. He can probably get it for us. It's been in our family for 4 generations, since the days of Almir the Bold. Our grandmother entrusted us with the formula, and we made a fortune from it. But I'm afraid we've been replaced by a new... Almir the Bold was the first king of the Almain. He brought us out of lawlessness and misery. We've always wanted to name a drink after him. See you soon.
Oh, we'll get rid of my torso.
Welcome to the Mortal Tavern. I believe they call it Asker's Alley.
Hi, how are
Do you see that rodent brick content? You sitting on copy.
You're buying for all Alpha, right? Hey there, pretty. This is Asker's Alley, best tavern in Issa. Only tavern in Issa, of course, but you didn't know that, did you? If you're new in the city, I can help. I know everything. About the Understyle, the Embassy, the Scholia Arcana, you name it. I know it all. We provide your basic public service. Ale. And if drinking isn't your thing, then you can always stop by the Hexes game and back.
Ooh, backpack. Nice.
Sure, we've got a place to sleep on the floor over there, but it'll cost you. Sounds good. I'll set it up. If I'm not mistaken, you've already... Oh, if I had the finery and manners, you wouldn't find me anywhere but the Embassy Hall.
I'd even buy it, but it's a dreadful place these days, what with the war. The Darkofar and Varani are practically at arms over their differences. I prefer the United Merchants delegation. Those are my people. So you want to brush up on your bad luck, do you? That game will do it for you, all right. Speak with Carl. When Issa first opened, the Alfar approached the humans about creating a shared shop, so people here could get their sundries. All of this was lost on the Fae, of course. Most of the United Merchants are good people, like Wystron and Gwenna, but that blacksmith's apprentice, Britt Codgan, he's a leech. The Oscars took me in when my pa was killed in the war. That's been nearly 10 years. Now this is my home, pretty. It's where you'll find me every day and every night. Oh, that's a sinister spot, isn't it? Even the Fae take a few extra steps to walk clear of there. Don't trust anyone in robes. Like I said, it's all magic to me. If the Fae said this city got its power from glowing purple antelopes, I'd probably believe them. I'm just a hostess. It's the Fae neighborhood on the other side of the city. There you'll find... They don't mind if you go exploring in the Understyle, but I wouldn't suggest it unless you know your way around. The Fae can be easily offended. Olana and her squire Brio, they have the good fortune to meet with all the nobles who visit the High King. A life of lords and ladies. Oh, that's the life for me. Let me just say that I adore Olana. She's one of the few Fae that I've met face to face, and she couldn't be more pleasant. Such a pretty one. Bye now.
Go away.
Presenting the beast that cannot be tamed.
Yes?
I suppose I did pick an alpha.
You are welcome in the Alpha Wing. It's hardly uncommon. Consider yourself... I understand. Well, I can offer you the traditional Alpha titles that are available at the embassy. The Alpha are not only warriors, but the wisest of mages and scholars. If you embrace the arcane, then this is the time. It's hardly uncommon. Consider yourself... That's fine if you change your mind. Bye then.
Yes?
I'm always here if you need information. The Almain are new to diplomacy, but there are still several powerful titles available for purchase. Like Almir the Bold, whomever carries... Goodbye.
I should have played an Almain.
Turn away, mortal. The Den of Night is meant for the impudent. Your entrance shall be denied. It is where the brazen and unrepentant are sent to consider. They are given time to reflect, and when they are ready, they may brave the beasts of the hollow to return. It's a great privilege for mortals to reside in this, our most sacred dwelling. Try to deny your dustling impulses and resist from killing you. My own telling has brought me here to the Gardens of Issa, to act as one of its guardians and avoid the Den of Night, does. This is the wrong path, mortal.
Your mortal ambassadors will not give up.
Oh, excellent. Another... Oh, a mortal. I don't think I could... Oh. Why, you're the ruler of the House of Ballads. How extraordinary. You wouldn't be interested in aiding a mere squire, would you? It is well beyond your station to do so, but, well, I face quite the predicament. I enjoy my role as steward, but my fear of Lady Olana overshadows any pleasure I might find in the tasks assigned to me. She is quite critical. Well, I've never met him, of course. Such an honor is not granted to squires. But they say he is quite incredible. As tall as a tree and radiating a great light, as though a sun burned within him. The birds sing to herald his glory. She is well suited to her role as the Lady of Receivership, as she enjoys judging the worth of others. She has assessed me as well, and I have been found lacking. I am steward of the High King's list, and apprentice to the Lady of Receivership. Olana will be so displeased once she finds out I failed her so. Few dustlings ever make their way to these gardens. I believe they fear us, as they fear the elements. As they should. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you not like to be called dustlings? My role is with the Hall of Appointments, to prepare visiting ambassadors and dignitaries to meet with the Court of Summer. Right now, there are 4 terrible, regal lords and ladies that wish to see High King Tatarian, but they are a fickle lot and require extra, handling. They must enter the font in a procession, but each has his or her own preferences, and I can't afford to offend any of them. Wonderful. That's one less aggravation that demands my concern. Thank you, mortal. The dignitaries have been seen about the gardens, enjoying its many splendors. I will remain everywhere. Goronet is in the Hall of Appointments, but the others are all over the city. Goodbye, Your Grace.
Ignore Steward Brio. He's always in a panic. Always one step behind.
Your mortal ambassadors will not give up.
Welcome
Presenting
to the
the
Warden
Grove,
of Light, where the
he
great
who
font
keeps
of the dark finds its source. Presenting the Warden of Light, he who keeps the dark at bay.
Yeah, I like that title.
Welcome to the Lyceum Grove, where the majesty of the font is glorified and regulated. I am Jackson, apprentice to the fontmaster and steward of tinctures and elixirs. If you ever wish to learn, come visit. Welcome to the Lyceum Grove, where the majesty of the font is glorified and regulated. I am Jackson, apprentice to the fontmaster and steward of tinctures and elixirs. I enjoy the mortal world immensely. It adds such texture and color to our experience. Now and then you might find me in your dustling district, taking in the bustle. I am the steward of tinctures and elixirs. A meaningless title, one I gave myself, actually. But my work is vital, as is my role, to test the font's magic. This is where we watch over the font, the source of magic in the gardens of Issa. It is a fountainhead that is nourished. The font's flow can be measured, directed, and even regulated, depending on the needs of our people. Fontmaster Nomoran attends to these duties. He has the role of monitoring the font's flow throughout the city and the Feylands. His telling is not to be envied, as it is one of our most important. Fontmaster Nomoran insists that everything flows as it should, yet I have seen his worry, and I feel the magic weakening. Strange forces are at work. It may be difficult to believe, but the city was once inhabited only by Fae. The understyle consisted of everything growing beneath the font. Now this important section of the Issa is but a dark corner, all but forgotten. Bristletongue, my moy, that would be something. A mockingbird with the font's only yield. Of course I will tell you where it is. What would be the fun in refusing? But before I do that, you need to offer me something. Isn't that how you mortals act? One deed for another? As steward of tinctures and elixirs, I often dabble in alchemy. especially with the water from the font. And I need you to drink this potion. Good. I will know what this does to the mortal constitution. Go on, big gulps now. None of that sipping. Goodbye.
Hi, how are you?
Presenting the Warden of Light. He who... Presenting the Warden of Light. He who keeps the
If it isn't the Mockingbird, come in, come in. It's always good to hear. Didn't you speak to Barrett? The Bristletongue is outside if you ever wish to... Yes, Mockingbird? Goodbye.
Can I aid you? This is a place of great importance.
If sage crafting intrigues
Presenting the Warden of Light.
He who keeps the dark. It is a... If you'll be so kind as to not disturb us in our reverie.
They send the ruler of the House of Ballads to serve me? What form of unnatural mortal game is this? Why are you here? Me? Well, my seniority dictates that I should be leading this procession, but my lame leg prevents me from taking my rightful place. I should bring up the rear. I will make it to Tartaryon's throne, even if I have to crawl. Are we through with this interrogation yet? Of course.
mortals in Isa. If sage crafting intrigues you, visit Orlana.
If you need binding, I can provide. What may I do for you, Your Grace? I am always ready to serve the sage crafting needs of the House of Ballads. Farewell. It's good to see you again, my liege. We here in Isa are honored by your presence. This is where those who seek an audience with the Summer Court must first make their claim. And once that claim is honored, the Fae fulfill roles in the telling, be it king or steward. If one wishes to ascend the heavens, one must abide by the laws of nature. Your kind has tried for so long to gain access to this sacred place, to be near us. Yet here you all are, and I rarely see a single mortal in the understyle. What do they fear, I wonder? I am the attendant of the court's list, and the lady of receivership. I am trained in all aspects of courtly customs and stand 12th closest advisor to the High King. Goodbye.
Welcome to the Hall of Appointments.
Helo, pe mae'r fled haws
Keranin is one of the most talented.
Do not distract me, Dustling.
Hello. If this were my...
Damn quiet, damn fools. I'm sorry, friend, I didn't see you there. I'm afraid I'm a bit... concerned. I'm an experienced sagecrafter. My skills as a mage leave much to be desired, but no one knows stones like the finest practitioners of the arcane crafts on the continent can be found within. There are many things we have learned from our time with the Fae, though their magic is quite unlike ours. A few nights ago, I was the victim of an attempted robbery. Someone sought to steal a gem of mine from a chest I warded myself. That night, 3 initiates fled the chapter. Cassera, Aloran, and Bertrand. I suspect they were somehow... They could only have run into the She. Can you find them? Someone attempted to steal a valuable gem from me. Cassera, Aloran, and Bertrand. They're somehow involved in... Thank you! Find out what happened and I'll be grateful. You've got to find them. There's 3 of them. Cassera, Bertrand... They must be in the She. Goodbye!
Well, happy to see an unfamiliar face. Scholia Arcana's close-knitted enough without being sequestered in Issa. Didn't know the Fae had cities, or whatever you might call this, until I came out here. I can understand why they wouldn't want to share it, though. I love the Order. Never felt more at home than among my peers. But I only wish there were more of us. If you do enough good works, the Scholia sends you to Issa. Apparently, stop by again.
Don't know if we've had the pleasure. I'm the finest merchant in these parts, I assure you. Come back anytime.
Frankly, I don't know why they don't train us all to be war mages. Useful in these times. Good day. R10 Cave is an expert.
Hello. Welcome to the Issa chapter house of the Scholia Arcana. How may I be of assistance? The Issa chapter is but a small branch of our larger Rathir chapter in the plains of Erethel. We focus more on researching the magics of the Fae and Dalentar than pure instruction. Despite Jorum's frustrations, the wild magic of the Fae can be channeled. It is a great honor for us to be granted a place among them. The Issa chapter is but... We focus more on researching the magics of the Fae and Dalentar. We are a collective of mages, and those that have a mind to unravel the ethereal phenomena of these Fae lands and beyond. As a docent of the Scholia Arcana, my duties involve handling all tasks necessary for the day-to-day administration of the Order's affairs in Issa. We are an order of magic practitioners dedicated to the fostering of knowledge regarding all things mystical and arcane. While the heart of our power lies in Rathir, we keep an embassy here in Issa to maintain strong relations with the Fae. Traditionally, our applicants undergo years of preparation, but we understand your circumstances are somewhat irregular. Ever since you entered the city, we've been watching you. After all, an endorsement from Niralim is not quickly dismissed. If it is your wish to join our order, you must first complete the trial of initiation. It is a ritual that will better equip us to... I will not lie. Some of those who do, only a select few are chosen to become members. Then first I shall present you with this. It is the story of the Order's founding and a good primer for all who wish to join our ranks. Now I shall summon the circle of mages necessary to perform the ritual. Savant Engar will lead the trial. Speak to him in the Delving Hall when you're ready to... We are a society of mages dedicated to the study of magic. Short of joining, the best way to learn about the Order is to read On the Founding of the Scholia. It is not for me to divulge the details. Farewell.
Someday I hope to administer a trial of initiation.
Greetings. I have some ability with the art of sage crafting. Do you wish for some instruction? I came to the Scholia Arcana because magic flows through my family, my entire people. And though the magic is strong, what is this power? Where does it come from? I hope to learn these truths in time. Many try to join our order, but most do not have the skill necessary to be of use. The Fae possess a certain communion with the magical energies of nature that we mortals can only dream of. Return when you wish to learn more.
I hear that Tillamook is rough.
Concentrate on the task at hand.
Let us get this over with.
This should not take long.
I am not here. Focus, newcomer. The trial. Stop.
Greetings. I will be the savant presiding over your trial of initiation. Traditionally, applicants have prepared for the challenges of this trial through years of study and training. But as Augur mentioned, we realize you are unique. The magic of the ritual confronts the applicant with his or her own. How this potential manifests varies. Whatever takes place is for the applicant only. Tradition and a final warning. While whatever shape the magic takes isn't real, not truly, what happens can have real consequences. This is a fluid magic. The form it takes varies according to the power and nature of the ritual's focus. In this case, you. The goal is a simple one. Survive. Like every Scholia Arcana member before you, to join our ranks, you must first confront the specter of your potential. And be aware that I am watching. Good luck. Not the most welcoming place, is it? Is that a pile of corpses? Fascinating. Don't pay any attention to my ramblings, Initiate. Those fair water look like they're out for blood. possess quite the capacity for violence. Intriguing. By the Founders, what is that? A synergistic construct of all chemical elements resonant within a sage-crafted crystalline substructure. I do hope you survive the trial. We must discuss this further. The first phase of the trial is complete. Proceed. Another cave. How interesting. Ah, a waterfall. That's lovely. What in blazes to offer? The details are exquisite. You obviously know them well. Something is terribly wrong. Ahead, I sense another's presence in the trial. Dissonance, growing, cannot control.
Where am I? What is this place? The Dark Empyrean. I cannot remember. I cannot remember anything. And you? I smell death on you, child. Why have you summoned me here? I am the Dark Empyrean, and I will not be bound by you or those you serve. I could kill you now, but I have plans for those who watch from the shadows. Now be gone.
Such power. One moment we were linked, sustaining the magic of the trial, and then an arc of energy, the likes of which I have never seen, burst from you. 3 mages lay dead, and 2 have fled screaming. I know the trial is not meant to be shared, but what in Lyria's name happened? A difficult question. The purpose of the spell is to confront the focus, in this case you, with a force representative of his or her potential. How it goes about this is, well, uncertain. The magic finds a way. So I must ask, what happened in your trial? What did you encounter? A woman? Masked in shadow? I will need to consult my books. Perhaps later we can discuss the details. For now, we have dead to bury and missing mages to find. As for the formalities, you have proven yourself worthy in the trial of initiation. In the name of the Scholia Arcana, I hereby confer unto you the title of Neophyte. Welcome to the Order. Come speak to me when you're ready to be of use. Oh, right. You passed. Up until the point where all hell broke loose, you were even doing well. Not that we expected anything less. Ah, yes. Newly welcomed applicants are known as neophytes. In time, those who have progressed to handling certain amounts of responsibility may become docents. Particularly gifted members may one day reach the rank of adept. They are traditionally the agents of the Scholia Arcana, to whom great tasks may be entrusted. A very few may reach the rank of savant. These are the leaders of the Order, and they yield only to one, the Art Sage. Ah, yes. Newly welcomed particularly gifted members may one day reach... A very few may reach the rank of savant. It is a wondrous world we have been graced with. And among its marvels is the force of magic. We have a responsibility to know what these forces are. I am sending you to the ruin of Aod, to the south. There, the element of fire thrives as though it has a life of its own. After your initiation trial, the magic in Aod shifted. I believe this magic is tied to you, Initiate. Confronting it might... It does not surprise me that Nuala survived the backlash of power that killed 3 of her brethren. From the first day of her novitiate, But now, I can't help but wonder if we pushed her too hard. Priests of Raykor have long sealed Aod from entry, but we know it to be an ancient ruin. If you're interested in the details, read Velthilian Carr's Aod, the Mythos of Mayhem. I'm sure our library has a copy. He is, one of the most gifted sage-crafters we have produced in generations. Wherever he may be, I hope he is safe, and will soon return to the fold. Somewhat self-destructive cultists, who worship the arcane aspects of fire. They frequent places they believe blessed by Raykor, and do not welcome trespassers. Followers of Raykor dwell within. They have quite the affinity for fire. As for what may be causing the recent swelling in power emanating from the ruin, Lyria be with you. I am certain that what happened to the mages that died here, this has not been the only... It is our responsibility as members of the... Where did I put my quill?
Rain and Yon can teach sage crafting to anyone.
There is always time to grow your skills. Should you wish, return when you wish to learn more.
I await news from the Hall of Appointments, but surely you aren't their messenger? The ruler of the House of Ballot Order? I care nothing. However, if you are the one who determines such things, may I ask that you place me behind the warlord Wenery? I enjoy... Ah, very clever. Apologies, my fleshy friend. I will... Always a pleasure. I await news from the Hall of Appointments by order. However, if you are the one who determines... Ah, very clever. Always a pleasure. I await news from the Hall of Order. However, if you are... It would be best if Garnet trails far behind Great Huntress Hartwin. Once at each other's throats, those two are difficult to tear apart. Remember? Behind Lady Whinery. Always a...
Your crystal war will never come here. What is it?
I am the Great Huntress Hartwin, and you are not allowed on the trellis. How quaint. Well, I am the most respected and most deserved to lead. Besides, I detest that harlot, Warlord Winry. So it is only right I meet the High King before her. There is something not quite right about you. The pleasure was goodbye.
Be well. Pretty evening, isn't it?
Good. You've come. I'm sorry to make you wait like this, but what I mean to discuss is very sensitive. Despite the calm you see around you, the gardens of Issa are on the brink of war, and the question is, which one will it be? There are plans being made to siege this city. The Varani are displeased with the Court of Summer's lack of support for their people, and they wish to overthrow Tartarian and force the remaining Fae to fight. We can prevent this, but we must act now. If saving your people isn't enough, we can pay you as a reward. The Varani cannot stomach Tartarian's neutrality. They believe that his Fae subjects could be convinced to march with us on the battlefield. I believe this as well, but I would never resort violence. The Varani wish to turn Issa into a... We cannot let that happen. It will ruin all our people have achieved here. Of course, it is the right thing to do. Every night, the ambassador strolls Memory Walk. Afterwards, dispose of them. Destroy them. Salvage them. I don't care. The Varani communicate secretly using weapons. They engrave codes into the blade. We believe this particular pair of daggers describes the defenses of Issa. Where it's strong. She spends most of her time in the embassy, but in the evenings, goodbye.
I want to visit a real city. I miss the action.
The tavern is always open. Issa's spooky under the stars.
What do you want? Do you have business with the Varani in the Gardens of Issa? If so, she's a disgrace to your people, and I find it hard to believe the Alfar could... What do you want? Do you have... You must mean Keen and her cohorts in the embassy. Lapdogs, all of them. They don't appreciate the situation. They don't understand sacrifice. This plot interests you. Listen. Ambassador Keen tries to stop me, but she can only do so while she lives and breathes. You can help me put an end to that. Fine, but you are playing this game for the weaker side.
Presenting the Warden of Light.
The House of Ballads must have taught you courtly manners, but not enough to keep you from interrupting. I am not petty, but I have limits, as do we all. I know I should lead the formation because of my position, but other, more tender individuals will insist otherwise. Whatever you do, do not make me walk behind the High Fae Mage Goronet. How shall I put this? He has an odor. There is no more important nature than that which lusts for battle. Creation, and I am the flame that blackens the dirt, the smoke that blocks the sun. The Summer Court would not stand for the mortal ambitions of Own, King of the Winter Court. So we burned him, as we burn a dying forest in need of mercy. Have you been given permission to speak with one of my station?
Didn't I already deal with you? Fine.
So, you're done. A right group of snakes, eh? So, it's good that someone does. Go on. Let's line up these backstabbing serpents.
Let me... So Hartman's the bitch.
Yes, yes. Of course. And then? All right. Next. Yes, yes. Excellent. That's a perfect order for these fools. Saves me the trouble of talking to them. Thank you. Goodbye, Your Grace. Enjoy your visit to the city, Your Grace. She is a harsh mistress, prone to violence. Goodbye, Your Grace. Enjoy your visit to the city. She is a harsh mistress, prone to violence, but mostly of the swatting. Goodbye, Your Grace.
Presenting the Warden of Light.
Need anything? It's been slow today. Nice to see someone who's interested in doing. Have a good day.
Is this quest bugged? Kill Ambassador Brenner. Uprising, let me see. Fuck. This quest is bugged, dude.
evening.
You need a drink.
Presenting the Warden of Light.
Best goods in East. It's been slow today. Nice to see someone who's interested come back again.
Oh my god. Fuck.
So, you're done. A right group. It's good that someone does. Go on. Let's line up these backstabbing. Yes, yes, of course. And then? All right. Next? Yes, yes. Excellent. That's a goodbye, Your Grace.
Have a rest, lad.
Greetings. For your call, let your steps fall silent.
Always open for business when the road is your marketplace. Are you look? If you need another trade, then come and see Bernard. Always open for business. When the road is your marketplace, always look. To make a bit of coin. Always open for business when the road is your marketplace. Are you looking to buy items or sell them? Always looking to make a bit of. Always open for business when. The road is your marketplace. If you need another trade, then come and see Bernard.
Good day.
Might save that gem for later.
You're always welcome at the Crofters Guild. Come back anytime.
Let us never speak of this again. I don't know you. I don't like you. Take this gold and these supplies. Such items are hard to come by in wartime.
Mortals.
Hang on, I'll save here, but I'll be back later. Get some food. Right. Later.